How you guys doing? How you guys doing? How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? What a guan? What a guan? What a guan? What a guan? Wagwan? Wagwan in the area? Wagwan? What's going on? Woo! SB1, I greet you. What's the way? Scott Power One. How many of you watched the humiliation of Oshiomhole today? How many of you watched how Oshiomhole was almost kicked out of the Senate? How many of you watched how Oshiomhole was almost humiliated? He was humiliated. How many of you? How many of you watched how Oshiomhole was humiliated? Izeyamu is serving a big God. Pastor Osaike Izeyamu is serving a big God. Look at the way Oshiomhole was scolded today, like a 10 years old baby. Akpabio had to call him to order, like a 10 years old baby, and warn him, Oshiomhole, I will send you out of this place. Guys, let's share this video. Let's share this update. Let's share this update. I beg anywhere you see me, view me. I bet share. I want make. I want share. I want make Oshiomhole day here. He Oshiomhole don't know say anything day. He Oshiomhole say that he am on a day. It is like bedroom na dey wait for the control the Romeo. He must see Oshiomhole o. He go. Huh. Akpabio won and they say as they come up for this thing, Akpabio say me they go lock the office and they come. And they come. I beg God bless them so Oshiomhole don't go beg this evening. Akpabio that is battle tested. Let's go. Share this live, guys. Share this live stream, guys. Everyone. Share this live stream, everybody. Share this live stream. Let's hit 500 people watching. We're almost there. Let's go. Share this live stream, guys. We need additional 100 to start this live stream. Share this live, guys. I want to play musical. Since I don't want to share. I want to play music. I don't care whether now 100 people they watch me here. I want to play music. I want to play musical. TikTok, share this live, guys. Friday Giwa, thanks for sharing the live. Friday Giwa, thank you very much. No worry, live. Man, they play music since I don't want to share. Concern me. No worry, live. Please share. Thank you for sharing this live stream. Thank you. Man, they play music, they go. Facebook, share this live, guys. Let's go. YouTube, share this live, guys. Chris Osahol, thanks. TikTok, when you hit 20 shares, let me know. Facebook, share this live. Since we never share, more they play music first. From the city reach London town. For the man when they fear anybody. How about the see? Them they call out. I wake up the universe. Azua, one of the universe.
microphone, though. When you talk about the truth, must to show. Azua, Azua. Stand in the back for the people, oh. Even when the road rough, you know go slow. Azua, Azua. We need city raise the banner, oh. One of the universe, forever, oh. From Edoland, Benny City boy, heart strong past iron. Spirit full of joy when others they hide. Papa Owen go face the storm. Speak the truth loud, make the people hear I'm well. No be today, fight for just the start. Carry it no matter deep inside him heart. To city Nigerian, they light the flame. Millions they listen when them call him name. Try silence, Papa Yukai, but his voice too loud. Now the people champion, standing tall and proud. He they risking life, may better days appear. Now why everybody they shout his name everywhere? If truth the fire, now him be the spark. When the road dark, now him be the touch. From Benin City, reach overseas land. He still the fight with microphone for hand. Azua, Azua, one of the universe. Voice of the people, we know they tire. Oh, Azua, Azua, lion of the microphone. Oh, when him talk of the truth, go show. Azua, Azua, stand in the bar for the people. Oh, even when the road rough, you know go slow. Azua, Azua, Benin City raise the banner. Oh, one of the universe, forever. Oh.
I was playing football and I was having to wear kids' shoes. I decided to set up a company to choose things. Ida is a women's football boot company. We make performance footwear for women, enabling girls to play without barriers.
When he saw inevitability of going into primary, he left. He gave a reason that it was monetized, it was dollarized. So that's why in 2027, the ADC wanted to give him everything to avoid him making any excuse. But I will tell you what will shock me. When I came into ADC, the first strategic meeting I met, before even the unveiling, I told him, don't build anything on Peter Obi because he's not going to contest under ADC. He will still leave.
You told them this?
Outrightly. In the first meeting that I went.
Even before the unveiling of the...
Even before the unveiling of the party, I told you we were, in a coalition. We were, negotiating. So it's an honor and a privilege that they called me to negotiate with me on my person. Let me tell you another thing I told them. I said, I am not going to come into the coalition through the Southeast led by Obi. Because it will be a waste of my time. Because I know he will eventually leave. And nobody will portray me as a man that is unstable as water. Because then I will not live with him. So why try it in the first place? They were looking at me. He said, well, are you sure? I said, yes, I'm sure of what I'm saying. Because I stopped being a spokesperson to him because I was sure that he was not stable. And we went on. That is why they were consulting him on his own. They were consulting me on my own. We were moving together. And they were weighing his words. And they were weighing my words.
Welcome to Nigeria Unfiltered on Symphony TV. My name is Olawale Oluwade. And my guest today is Dr. Kenneth Okonkwo, veteran actor, lawyer, politician, and currently ex-official member of the African Democratic Congress, NWC. You're welcome to the show once again, Dr. Okonkwo.
Thank you very much. I appreciate this meeting once again, and thank you, viewers from wherever you are watching.
Okay, let's get right into our conversation without wasting our time. Your former principal, Mr. Peter Obi, and former governor of Kano State, Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, just exited your party, ADC, over the weekend, on Sunday to be precise. So, how did this news, how did you receive the news? And what's your take on their decision to exit the party?
I don't know why people make mountain out of a molehill. For me, I did not think it was relevant enough to bother me. If you discovered You discover that I've not said anything about it. I've not made any comment in any of my social media network, because what is there to bother yourself about? When you have a politician that you know will always move and is still moving, within 6 months, Peter Obi has been a member of 3 political parties.
Now, guys, welcome to this evening's broadcast. My name is Albert Obaz, the crack team boss, the boss of the crack team. The boss of the crack team. We are going to be trashing 3 major topics today. Oshiomhole humiliation, Obi defection, and Pastor Isaiah Yamu senatorial ticket palaver. Whether now Juju Isaiah Yamu go usually worry Oshiomhole now, we want to know. Or that prayer, where Isaiah Yamu they pray, now they worry Oshiomhole now, we want to know. And the cry where they go on now for APC. So first, let us start with Kenneth Okonkwo. You see, Obi believes that he gets 6 pass. Me don't see Obi finish after that 2023 election. Nigerians sabi make who they don't know their hero. Hero without record. Nigerians sabi if they follow you, they follow you and take inside bush. Inside that, inside hole. That hole, you go choke their head for inside the hole, you will bury them, you will come out alive. I said it in my previous video that Obi does not have respect for his followers. In fact, Obi be like, girl, we fine. We be Olosho. You say, this my body too fine. This my body don't be for one man. Obi no say, he don't manipulate Nigerians. He don't tell Nigerians what to hear. Take get followers. So he can actually use that followers to bully anybody, to bully any political party, to bully any candidate. With their information available to me, now why I know say Obi don't be serious person. It is either he's working for Jagaban, or he just want contest as presidential candidate, make money, enter house, call press conference, begin lament. So before you come from say that you like Obi pass, because many of them not get sense. Before you come do say that you like Obi pass, especially Edo people, majority of them when they online. Before you talk say you get sense, no say Kenneth Okonkwo was Obi spokesman. On your politics against Peter Obi, you can get my support. I said, what are you against Peter Obi? And tell me why you are against Peter Obi. So before you do say that you love Obi pass, not say that a former spokesman, an Igbo man. Imagine a spokesman when they enter play with him. If they wake up with him, if they see how they dress, then they date together. If they travel with them. He was a spokesman all through the 2023 struggle when Obi was popular. As we speak, Obi don't get 30% of the popularity when he get 2023. Don't be deceived. How many content creators, how many comedians, how many influencers they promote Obi today? Now, very few. So let us start with Obi, make una listen to Kenneth Okonkwo.
By December 30th, he was in Labour Party. By December 31st, he was ADC member. By May 3rd, he is in NDC. Were it not for the Electoral Act that forbids people from moving at a certain point, I cannot guarantee you he wouldn't have moved to another party before the end of this electoral cycle. So that is him. However, let me note that moving from one party to the other is not what questions or interrogates a politician's character or capacity or competence, because in Nigeria we can see that the political atmosphere is fluid.
Person say Obi is not important. Why are you discussing Obi and crying over Obi? We're not do till tomorrow. We are still discussing Anini. Till tomorrow we are still discussing Lawrence Anini. We are still discussing Kidnapper Evans. People are discussing you does not mean you are popular. It is either they are discussing you for good or they are discussing you for bad. So leave that talk. Not every day would they discuss Jagaban. Not every day would they discuss Tinubu. Does that make him a good president? Does that mean he's popular? Oshiomhole tries to be in the news almost like every market day. Does that make him a good senator? Oshiomhole know when people they exist. So leave all this nonsense talk. Mama P, they try to put her face and her name everywhere in the internet every day. Does that make her a good person? Does that make her relevant? You open Facebook, VDM. Does that make him a good person? No. No use your leg or your anus. Tell this to Kenneth Okonkwo because he gets sense past you. You are being manipulated. Now, why it's easy for a very dark man to carry half of Obi supporters? You don't know, say ratters, they be obedient. The same sweet mouth, where Obi take carry them. Now evidence they carry them from Obi. So then they share the same followers.
That the political atmosphere is fluid and things change rapidly. And so I would not characterize any politician that moved from one party to the other as lacking in character or competence. But what I am interested in more is the reason for your movement. What is your reason for moving? That is what will characterize whether you did it out of competence or character or convenience. Now, what did Peter Obi give as a reason for his movement? He said, I do not have any problem with David Mark. That means he didn't have any problem with the party.
You know, they get problem with anybody. That shows that he be the bad person. Obi is the bad person here. A real man will speak. A real man will speak his mind. Is that way? I don't have problem with anybody. David Mark is like a father to me. I think he's my elder brother. You know, just that I don't want problem. I don't want you. He's not a man. Now what Tinubu say? Obi is a boy. He's not a man. No verse. If he's your favorite, as we speak today, if you say who you want to vote for, I will tell you Obi. But Obi is not man enough. He get the popularity. He has told us he will do better than Tinubu. But I can tell you that man, I cannot call Obi a man. Obi be like woman. Obi be like man where you wipe the beat. Maybe they hide that part from the public. He's not man enough. You are moving tomorrow. Obi not tell us what Abure do. Obi not tell us the problem we make Labour Party scatter. Why he with Alex Oti, the governor when use Obi popularity they win. Till tomorrow Obi not tell us say see why he come from Labour. See why Labour scatter. He go your carry back pure. Cause he don't say he get mugu obedient and we always follow him. His content creators will be online to insult people, to bully people, and to turn other people. Now, other people be bad people. Obi not ever bad. Obi not the get error. Let me tell you, Obi is overrated. We discipline him in a door. If I choose not to support Obi, if Obi win a door state, not come here about Obaze. You don't know Obi about. And people are not foolish. When we start to talk, we don't say people not foolish. Your people don't leave. If people don't leave her behind. Now outside they're sitting they walk now. He's not that strong anymore in Igbo land. They look and say, this guy they game us. No, you want love Obi pass Alex Oti. You want love Obi pass Valentine. This guy will get will be GM. I don't know the position for Transcorp hitting. No, manipulated fellow. You can't think with your brain. Everybody they pray. Make opposition come together. Make them feel remove Tinubu. No, only carry back come on. Carry Kwakwaso will be Tinubu friend. Show me any interview where Kwakwaso don't blast Tinubu. Show me. 2023, who Kwakwaso work for? Who he work for? Kwakwaso na threat and not shocking that the way they shocking Erufai.
Party.
You know, I don't know why people make mountain out of a molehill. For me, I did not think it was relevant. Is the reason that acts that forbids people just where there is peace, and that is what struck me.
Okay, wait.
Can you
Piece of
imagine?
and correct.
Striker is on the move. He cuts inside. He's heading towards the box. He shoots.
When we're out together, dancing cheek to cheek.
Play Ojo Live Casino is dead fun. Play all your favourite live casino games, like Mega Win, plus exclusive blackjack and roulette.
If you know how desperate Tinubu is to have a landslide victory to useless Nigerians, to prove to the international community say unpopular. Now opposition don't put themselves together. If you know how much Tinubu is willing to spend, you go fear Obi. You go ask yourself how much Obi collect to the full self like this.
Conversation without wasting our time. Your former principal, Mr. Peter Obi, and former governor of Kano State, Rabiu Musa Kwakwanso, just exited your party, ADC, over the weekend, on Sunday to be precise. So, how did this news, how did you receive the news? And what's your take on their decision to exit the party?
You know, I don't know why people make mountain out of a molehill. For me, I did not think it was relevant enough to bother me. If you discovered that I've not said anything about it. I've not made any comment in any of my social media network, because what is there to bother yourself about? When you have a politician that you know will always move and is still moving, within 6 months, Peter Obi has been a member of 3 political parties. By December 30th, he was in Labour Party. By December 31st, he was ADC member. By May 3rd, he is in NDC. Were it not for the Electoral Act that forbids people from moving at a certain point, I cannot guarantee he wouldn't have moved to another party before the end of this electoral cycle. So that is him. However, let me note, now moving from one party to the other is not what questions or interrogates a politician's character or capacity or competence, because in Nigeria we can see that the political atmosphere is fluid and things change rapidly. And so I would not characterize any politician that moved from one party to the other as lacking in character or competence. But what I am interested in more is the reason for your movement. What is your reason for moving? That is what will characterize whether you did it out of competence or character or convenience. Now, what did Peter Obi give as a reason for his movement? He said, I do not have any problem with David Mark. That means he didn't have any problem with the party. He said, I don't have any problem with Atiku Abubakar, meaning he does not have any problem with any of the aspirants. But look at the reason he gave. He said, I am running away from the challenges of ADC. I don't like trouble. I don't like challenges. And so let me go to where there is peace. And that is what struck me. Can you imagine a politician who is asking you for your support to be president of the most challenged country on earth? Nigeria today is the most challenged country, both physically and mentally, on earth. The 4th most terrorized nation on earth. The nation that has the most rapidly going down economy, borrowing more than it can repair, meaning a nation that is going into bankruptcy economically, a nation that people are being killed every day. The terrorists at times tie people on the stake, put fire under them and burn them. A nation where the youths and women are unemployed and most of them are unemployable. So you have this kind of myriad of problems, challenges, and a man opened his mouth, a politician, and confessed he's running away from challenges. So if you're running away from challenges, what is your business asking Nigerians to trust you with a country that is most challenged? That statement has already buried his political career, because you cannot be asking to be challenged when you're running away from challenges. This spoke to his incapacity, to his incompetence, and lack of character.
Jesus.
And that is what is most important.
Jesus.
Hold on. It is worse enough that he said that he's running away from challenges, but it is more terrible that he lied about it.
Hey! Lie.
He
Obi
gave the
too lie.
reason.
Me another one. Obi too lie. Obi na senior. Very dark man learn manipulation from Obi. Listen.
Because of the challenges in ADC. But that is a lie. Why is it a lie? First and foremost, The challenges, which mostly are legal, that he referred to, were the challenges he met when he came into ADC. For instance, the Nafiu Bala legal challenge was instituted against ADC on the 2nd of September. Peter Obi came in December 31st. So the challenge
Was there?
was there. He knew it
Yes.
before coming in. So it couldn't have been because of the legal challenges that he left ADC. By May 3rd, when he left, it was exactly the same position ADC was when he came in. That is exactly the same position ADC was when he left. So he lied when he said it was because of the legal challenges. Because volunteer non-fit injuria, what you know existed and you entered into it knowingly, you cannot claim that that is the reason. So the issue about legal challenges, he lied about it because that was not the issue. But we'll come to that later. Now, why do you think that Peter Obi did not give the excuse that he left because the primary that will be organized will be dollarized? Why do you think that he didn't give the excuse that it will be monetized? You know why? Before Peter Obi came in to ADC, he gave it as a condition that he will be the one that will nominate the NOS, the National Organizing Secretary. That is the position that organizes every Congress and every primary. And he was very clear about it because he wanted to be the one to organize the Congresses and the primary. And the party has ceded it to him without asking questions on the competence and the corruption index of the person he's bringing. They have ceded it to him. When the time came for registration, E-line, it was still his own aide, my own sister, Aisha Yusuf, that was placed to be in charge of the E-line registration, because that will determine the numbers of people that will vote if we go into direct primary. So, and the reason also is that so that he will be the one in charge of determining who will vote and the procedure and the committees that will organize the primary. So Peter Obi knows that he was giving all the...
See. You see this information not there outside. This information is not in the public space, but I can tell you for free, I have this information. There is no national office I cannot tap. Before I make 2 calls, I go get the information. I not carry myself from here, go participate for Obi Kwakwaso protest for London. I cancel all my schedule. 2 days to the event, and they tell me, I know how many posts I make. When we got there, let me know say, now social media, now Obi and Kwakwaso people, they exist. They are not on ground. The people that were in that protest, like 80% came because of me and Common Sense, Mr. Common Sense. How about I say for your page? How about I say for Common Sense page? The people who gonna go inside motor, they go London. They know the call when I receive on Obi matter. We were inside one vehicle to London. So they can't come in and say, but why they blast Obi? Because I told them to say, if Obi pull out of the coalition, I will not support him. It's not the owner of Nigeria. Not be everybody will feel brainwashed because there was more continue.
Concession, so that he will know that ADC was prepared for free, fair, and credible primary election. That is why you didn't hear him say, oh, it's because it is monetized. Oh, those some of his followers that are of the street urchin family will still be talking.
The Mama P. The street urchin family. The Zekeri. The Randy Peters. They talk so the street urchins. Now, what did they describe them now? The Mama P. The street urchins family. What will be the carry waka? The street urchins. They are urchins. Urchins.
You know, like Rabbi the cookies. Saying dollarize. ADC wants to bring something new. That is why Peter Obi is now saying, I am leaving because the primary is monetized. Because he is the one who would have organized the primary. Now, having said this, then what is now the true reason why he left?
So let me, at this point, sorry to butt in, let me now read what he said in his statement that he released.
Okay.
Right. First, he said the ADC has been plagued by deepening internal crisis and a toxic political environment. He also pointed to worsening factional battles, deep suspicion, and a growing lack of unity in the ADC. These are some of his stated reasons for leaving. Of course, he didn't mention the issue of dollarization or rigged, whatever, So, can you respond quickly, briefly, so that we can? There's a lot we need to cover, Dr. Kenneth.
Good. I was to tell you the real reason he left.
Okay.
Because as you can see, the coalition was complete. All the opposition leaders were complete in the coalition. So which faction? Which crisis?
Toxicity.
How? There was only one person that was bringing toxicity in ADC, and that person is Peter Obi.
How?
He was the only person that went around asking others to step down for him. I was coming to tell you the reason he left. So that's why let me proceed.
Continue.
Because that is what brought the toxicity. His followers are the only people that go about insulting other leaders. Before he came in on December 31st, we were respectful of our leaders. We were going in peacefully. But by nature, chaos follows him. Immediately they came in. What brought the toxin? Obi or nothing. That was what brought.
God bless you, Kenneth. God bless you, Kenneth. I say, see, you get what I just you get what they slow down. In this media space, I will smoke Obi and his street urchins. Me, Abatobaze Azua. We smoke her for the governorship election. Huh? I smoked him. I was the main person blasting Obi to say, how dare you? We say people are going to land. This governor, they respect you. Don't they respect yourself. You they follow Akpata, they come and they come fool yourself. Who is Akpata? We don't know him. I blast him. The person where Obi came to Edo more than 6 times to campaign for Akpata. They go New Benin, they go Akpabava, they go Tejoshon, they go Akoko Edo, they go Esan. As they come up from one location, they go live. And they cast Obi. And then the person where Obi can support for Edo lost his unit to Aswe Godalo. Obi is overrated. If the opposition get 36 tetabi, 36 people like me, we will smoke Obi in 90 days. I hate people that are not truthful. They brought the toxicity to NDC. They brought the toxicity. Obi or nothing. Obi or nothing. You see that one? When they use slap beat for Unibe. Mama P. See a bird, food. Then they follow snap picture. See a bird. If they don't give Obi, Tinubu should continue. And everyone knows that get an APC. I get an APC. They brought the toxicity. They are toxins. What is the coalition they all about? Everybody bury your individual ambition. Let us kick this evil man out of Aso Rock. Let us remove this evil man, this wicked man that has destroyed the country, destroyed the youth, destroyed the women, destroyed our healthcare, destroy our infrastructures. You only have two cities you feel live there for Nigeria. Two, Lagos and Abuja. But we have 36 state and FCT. People can no longer travel. Before I left Nigeria, me and my wife, we get agreement. They say, madam, you see, and my children will lost for abroad. Every year, I will make sure, say, and they could buy ticket when it's cheap. You and my children must come house. Before we left, or we had some, or we get classmates for the school when they go. I said, once they come like this, we will find a way to connect Owen to his classmates before he come out. I want Owen to have beneath friends growing up. Friends will go make and they always they call us. We signed that agreement. That was why I came to Nigeria 3 times before I stopped. Today, how many of you people will go for 30th December? Many of them they regret why they go for 30th December. Sickness, infection, and they carry come house, come abroad. Different nonsense. You get country. Mention one member of City Boy movement that is not carrying police. Mention one. One of the carry 5 to 6 policemen. They've harvested the security men when they're in the streets. When they're in the system, they don't pack out to themselves. They leave you in the hands of bandits. Somebody sent me a video of one comedian. Very good comedian that said, for the past for some days now he's been very vocal. I want blaster. I look at I said, this guy is a correct guy. And I be. I want to ask, I say, why be say now when this thing happen to your close person? From the way they talk, he be like get a relationship with one boy when they buy. I can't say, hey, whenever they talk, better pass people when don't talk. Today now, before I come live just now, another popular content creator send me a video, say that they threaten. I never even played the video. Do you have a country? The most useless people in this media space, they say, if not Obi, make Tinubu continue. They are the most useless. I cannot wait. Anytime make Tinubu continue, I'm going to change my line. And they talk and I make my family, friends, not talk, say, they're not here. Anytime make Tinubu cause, I know what I am facing. It's going to say I get understanding why I for don't run into trouble. As they make money, I saw the money they come out. People who ordinarily they have never asked me for money. They've all turned beggars in my DM. They brought the toxicity down. They don't tire. Look at them. They are displaced. Look at the Obi online auctions. They are displaced. They federal court. They federal court. From there to Ministry of Justice. From there to NTA. They are displaced. Who they follow Obi now? Nobody. They are displaced. Mama P is APC. Zachary is APC. I don't know where the Peters there before. But that Justice Crack, when Soldier Carry, has been with Obi since 2019, 2018. Justice Crack, as we speak, all the people they follow Obi is the oldest. Go check whether Obi don't tweet for that boy matter. Selfish man. A senior leader in Labour Party, when the crisis day, when we talk, he say Obi is a selfish person. Because at first I was blasting Abure. He said, leave Abure. He said, do you know what Abure did for Obi? He said, if Abure is bad, what happened to Alesoti? What happened to Doi Okupe? Before Okupe died, Okupe already left Obi. How can, as Nigeria has scattered so, our mothers cannot go to farm? Our farmers, all of the day Bini. Your take-home pay cannot take you home. You are still saying because you like Obi, if they not give Obi, make Tinubu continue. Now all of us go do this, now all of us will suffer. Fools. Tinubu is old. He want to capture the country, hand over and give Sheyi. Shebi na Lagos State governor say make he do before. He said no, they do again. He's too busy to be Lagos State governor. When they control almost the 36 state governors. Sheyi control the 36 state governors today. So what do you want Lagos State governor to do? I don't care who gets the coalition ticket. You know, we say politically, I get who I'm loyal to. I forgot this fry Obi. I will put Obi for fry pan. I go fry. I go fry. Obi will know say those people they follow on that act, the act. Now content that they create, I will fry them. Obi go there say I play go there. I also toilet go they go cause everybody for say I play go they watch my video when in the day. What are you saying? Obi not part of the people who scatter this country. Social media just work for her. It be like person when they drop single. You know, blow your drop on music your cast. Then tomorrow they can say he sing past the band, he sing past the video, he sing past kid because one track bust. That's all BB. Follow article up. You will know what to be structure. Structure not be beans. If you don't want to patronize structure criminality, go and work with Showore. Why you not decap to AAC? Showore told him if Obi wants to join, Obi should go and join online. They will organize classes for him to purge him off corrupt. Showore say make he go apply online. Showore say make he go apply online. They will go organize classes for her to purge him of all the years of PDP, all the years of labor, all the money we don't collect from donors. They will now flush all those things out and present him. Showore as we speak today, Nigerians don't like truth. Showore today, now get the solution to Nigeria problem. Showore go tie Obi for back, run Nigeria. He's been consistent. I see her today for MTN office. They shout, surely. I can say activism never dies. True activist, or God forgets. Now only laughing with the laugh, they say he has been doing this for over 30 years. True activism, not they die. You will see him. See this guy. If not be say we politically, I get why they call leader. Like they make me slow down. I for carry Obi, carry all the mama prick, all those content creators. I will gather them. I will put them for fry pan. I go fry them like this. I mean fry Obi for us way go dalu. Obi will enter be that time. They're gonna shake. Obi is in town. Obi I said, leave Obi. Leave Obi. Who they listen to Obi? I mean, a dope with Twitter. We did Twitter to just get okay. Me not bless say we not there. So that I don't even go there. I know where a dope day. It will be as of they come out and fire. After the mama put the APC, they work for Akpabio. Zekeri, they support he put one leg for APC. Akpabio, he put one leg for Labour. Olu Akpata. Wake up! No Messiah anywhere. No Messiah anywhere. This one will be good. Every other person bad. Obi they still exist. In Europe, if you see the fashion, if you see the division for Europe here, they're pieces. Obi will call this one today. Once he will acquire a social to that person. Did you see when they call me? I not be one of the organizers. They just inform me and say I go. I believe in the coalition. Maybe they go. Go see division. Obi they will call it themselves. Don't go. Now another fashion, let the organizer. Make them not go. Now that fashion. Follow me vessel.
The thugs them into ADC. Now, let me tell you the reason he left. So forget all those things you read.
I beg. Before I play this one now, carry yourself, go your bedroom. You hear me so? Or your kitchen. Open your brain like this. Or run the tap, put that inside. Watch the manipulation come out. Kenneth will give us updates now. Watch that manipulation come out. That Obi or nothing. Watch her come out. Because what it make Obi get NDC ticket, and we activate say we not go follow and go NDC. Obi will come distant fifth. All the political parties will smoke out. Give updates.
Obi is a man who is afraid of free, fair, credible primary election. And this is the reason he left. Throughout his political career, he has never contested for any position. People don't know why. The first time he wanted to become governor, he went into primary and he was beaten flat in Apga by Raf Mus. Because Raf Mus was the one who built Apga in Anambra State. So when he came in to contest, of course, he came in from London and wanted to, move in. He's not a politician. He does not know anything about politics. He's not a team player. He told you he's a trader. And one mark of a sole proprietor is that he goes alone. But this is not democratic. So when he was defeated, he and his colleagues still found a way to cancel purported the primary. And they went behind, and in the purported consensus, they gave him the ticket. And so that was how he started his political career, building it on sand, not on democracy.
How did Odime Gojuku enter into this brief history? I just wanted to understand that.
Yes, if you would allow me to land, okay. Because we are moving into it. It was because when he lost that primary, he now went into the stakeholders,
the owners of the party,
and then started telling them how he will be the one who would help. And then, he came from London then, brought in the resources then, and then they chose him. The ones Ojuku said, okay, let's go with this person. That's the end. That was how he came in. So Ojuku was the leader of Apoga.
Yes.
And if you found a way of going into his heart in Apoga and he chooses you, it makes a whole lot of wait for you. But like I said, having built his political career on non-democratic foundation, he got possessed with that entitlement mentality, and he got possessed with undemocratic spirit.
Wager £20. Get 100 free spins.
Spirit. So anytime he gets into a party, he has this morbid fear of internal democracy. So when the PDP, when he started nourishing the ambition to be president, and he wouldn't have ever contested to be president. It was when Atiku Abubakar magnanimously chose him against the will of elected people in the Southeast then, because he didn't have any elective post. They were telling him, do you know the person you're choosing? He said, no, I've talked with him and this. So he chose him. Atiku Abubakar is a man who is looking for sound people. So if you show yourself very sound, he might get carried away. He might not even want to know any other thing behind you. And he now chose him. Of course, he got some backlash for choosing him.
Yeah. 2019.
Yes, he stuck out his neck. That was what brought him to national politics. So he wouldn't have contested. By 2023, when he saw inevitability of going into primary, he left. He gave a reason that it was monetized, it was dollarized. So that's why in 2027, the ADC wanted to give him everything to avoid him making any excuse. But I will tell you what will shock you. When I came into ADC, the first strategic meeting I met, before even the unveiling, I told him, don't build anything on Peter Obi because he's not going to contest under ADC. He will still leave.
You told them this?
Outrightly. In the first meeting that I went.
Even before the unveiling of the party?
Even before the unveiling of the party. I told you we were, in a coalition. Yes. We were, negotiating. So it's an honor and a privilege that they called me to negotiate with me on my person. Let me tell you another thing I told them. I said, I am not going to come into the coalition through the Southeast led by Obi. Because it will be a waste of my time. Because I know he will eventually leave. And nobody will portray me as a man that is unstable as water. Because then I will not live with him. So why try it in the first place? They were looking at me. They were like, are you sure? I said, yes, I'm sure of what I'm saying. Because I stopped being a spokesperson to him because I was sure that he was not stable. And we went on. That is why they were consulting him on his own. They were consulting me on my own. We were moving together. And they were weighing his words. And they were weighing my words. And each time they see that all the promises and words he makes them, he fails them. And that was how my hand was growing because of stability and honesty. His own hand was going down because of instability and toxin that he brings in always. And at the end of the day, he left. They called me and said, to go, boy, are you a prophet? I said, no.
I was just going to ask you that. Are you a prophet?
Because I was scared they might ask me what will happen to me tomorrow and I will fail. So I said, no. I'm just an honest man. I will tell you the truth, no matter the backlash. So all through this while we were negotiating, I never sat down in the same room with Obi. And that is why you see me now, still being who I am in ADC. And he now left with some people that he wants to destroy their political career. But the thing I'm going to say is it because of zoning that he left? No. Why? Because he was still going to aspirants from the south and was still asking them to step down for him. So if it is zoning, we would have limited it to the northern aspirants and now saying leave it for the south so that the southern aspirants will contest.
Can square off against each other.
But it's not zoning. Because he went to the southern aspirants to ask them to step down for him. Is it because of the interest of Igbo. Let us interrogate it. First of all, on the day he agreed he would do 4 years, that's when I know that he has no interest of Igbo at heart.
I tell you, oh God, I'm bad. I need to find the way when I tell you manipulate you now. I just need to find the way. Scott, where is Scott Power? Scott Power, I want to do this. I want to learn this manipulation. Do I need to join Rate for like 2-3 months? I want to learn now. I need to find a way to learn this manipulation. So that if I manipulate as I talk now, you'll see money go, you'll drop. I for don't join NDC. I for don't join NDC. I for don't fool. The views for all this 1,000. I for they gather out the way pastors they gather out, they tell you what you want to hear. Your children will succeed. Your husband will succeed. Your enemy will do this one. Your enemies will die. Pastors will never tell you to say, if you have shift and we get service, go for your shift first. And that one will pay your bills. Yeah, no will pay your bills. I want to learn this manipulation. When Obi talk say he want to do 4 years, I say, lie! According to social media, I say, big lie. How? Igbo man never do president before. You the corner, you say you want to do 4 years. You want to do 1 time. A young man like you. What do you want to tell what they should do? They do. You be magician. If you already change Nigeria 4 years, Oga, you are still fighting with the National Assembly. You are still finding way to either scrap the Senate or scrap the House of Rep to make it one, to cut costs. 4 years, you are still struggling on how to reduce your cabinet. How to stop Nigerians from doing things the old way. Then Kenneth, your talk now. Say you want to do 4 years. I say, how? All them Aisha Yusufu. Yes, Obi is a man of his word. He's a man of integrity. If he says he's doing 4 years, yes, he's really doing 4 years. 4 years to do what? You want to make Igbo people kill him? I will be disappointed if they don't drop him. Say do 4 years, pack it, come house. Jonathan went do 6 years today. Why hand over? Jonathan went do 6 years. It's the cry. Say, Jesus, why hand over? Many people from South never still forgive him. Because they say it's supposed to resist that election. Declare it inconclusive. Get elected to declare it inconclusive. Many Southern leaders in the verse for Jonathan say he's not man enough. So when Obito say, Atiku say want to do 4 term, for Atiku is understandable. Even if he don't stick to the West tomorrow, there's not desperation. He has been desperate to be president. What if you really do the 4 years, give out to another person because of his age? A young man, a young vibrant man, like Obi say he wants to do 4 years because Atiku say he will do 4 years. Then I know so the guy not gets truth from out.
From 1960, when we had our independence, no Igbo man has been an executive president.
See this Mugu here. It cost me for years since for TikTok. And they read comments here since. You have every right to disagree with me, even on my platform. You will get right to blast me. But there are some insults I don't take. I block them. It rock on Facebook. You did Facebook now. See, they can't stay without watching me. But they will talk anyhow pass. Once I block them, they'll come and DM. I have been supporting you since. I don't talk something. You block me. Unblock me now. They'll come back. This election when they go so. I block you. Anything will make you come at DM, you will pay 300,000 to come back here. I go block you for TikTok. I'll go find you for Facebook. I'll go find you for YouTube. I'll block you everywhere. For you to come back again to only one platform. I know if you go and find to unblock you for all the platforms. For me to unblock you for one, you'll pay 300,000. So be careful. Be guided. I'm not a content creator.
Democratically. And you're telling me, as a Nigerian from Igbo extraction, that I will line up to support a candidate that will do only 4 years. Why I fought in 2022, 2023, that it must come to Southeast, and I know we won that election, is so that we'll do our 8 years. And now the turn of the South has been taken by Tinubu. Anytime any person from Nigeria, from Igbo extraction, comes into that post, he will do 8 years. And that is what I'm going to support. But it has to be strategic. It has to be systematical. Because you operate in democracy. And that was why I said, what is our best strategy? Do you know that nobody from the Southwest has ever confronted an incumbent that is sitting on the throne? Because they know that they don't have the majority and they don't have the apparatus of power to back themselves up. Now that Tinubu has taken 4 years, if we are not careful in the Southeast and we don't strategize, it will take the 8 years. And it will take us like 12 more years from 2027 to ever aspire to even be vice president. Because from the way Tinubu hates Ndibo, he will not even give them vice president in 2031 if you ever allow him to recontest. That means he won't even be president or vice till 2039, maybe. So it is in our strategic interest that we make the alignment now that will save us from political extinction, and an alignment that will guarantee us that when we get there, we'll be there for 80 years. After the war, we were promised reconciliation, rehabilitation, and reconstruction. If you watch Nigeria, it is as if it's yesterday that Tinubu was sworn in. So 4 years moves like magic, like loss, like air. So if you are an Igbo man and you say you want to do 4 years, please, what time would you have to treat the challenges of Nigeria and then come to reconstruct and rehabilitate and reconcile Igbo land the way you should be doing it? No. It is for personal interest. Anybody from Igbo extraction who enters there will do 8 years. And the only way is to know that you make an alignment that will give you the president or vice in 2027 and then the president in 2031 so that you will do your 8 years. So it couldn't have been for the interest of Ndigo that you will come to say you will do 4 years. Now, let me come in again on the interest of Ndigo. After we finished our election 2020-2023, they started pushing down our building in Lagos. We didn't have an incumbent to defend us. Buhari was APC. We didn't vote for him. Obi was there. He did nothing. They started killing our people in Lagos. Even one Igbo leader that was an SNDibo in Lagos, out of annoyance, he said, look, if you don't defend our people, I will call IPOP to defend us. They caught him, put him in detention for 2 years. Obi said nothing. And all these people were suffering because of 2022-2023 that they gave him his vote. He said nothing.
Fare trading cercando di indovinare il mercato è come giocare alla roulette. Prima o poi perdi tutto. Ma cosa succede?
Please guys, let's achieve my life goals. Not be only people who don't like me I full year. People who like me self full year. Please, let's achieve my life goals, guys. I want to see money go. I want to see stars. I want to see super chat on YouTube. Who is popping my first money gun? I don't load money gun full ground since nobody don't pop out. Over 1 hour broadcast. Who is popping my first money gun? I want to see you. Who be the person?
Of 2023, that they gave him his vote. He said nothing. On the day that they brought down the building of, he said it is his brother. He went there and snapped. This is what they are doing to me because I want to be president. Meanwhile, it was a court order that they used. How many of the buildings of Ndibo that suffered because they voted for him, that he went to their damaged building to snap, to tell the world? Let me tell you, from where I come from, we are looking for men of valor to lead us, not men of victim mentality. When it concerns you, you will go and begin to cry like a baby, victim mentality. When they pulled down his own building also in trade fair, he went there to say, hey, they are destroying us. Obi's definition of democracy is government of Peter Obi, by Peter Obi, for Peter Obi. None for the interest of any other human being, much more the interest of Ndibo. Ndibo, they are coming last politically in Nigeria because of people like Peter Obi. He was governor at the same time with Tinubu. Tinubu made a lot of politicians and groomed them, because the success of a leader is that you have successors you have built. Peter Obi built nobody. So you can see how when they are now contesting for the position of the presidency, Tinubu has a lot of boys he can use. Obi has none because he has built nobody. Let's even come to the area of business. In Igbo land, we have the Igbo boy system, whereby when you are a trader, you will carry all along people who you will groom in that field and settle them. How many has Peter be groomed? None. And so in the real tradition of Ndigbo, and in our culture by which we help others, none. So if you're talking about an ambassador of Ndigbo, talk about somebody who will defend our interest, no matter the challenge it poses on him, and who will be selfless to know that you should take the interest of your people at heart first before your own interest. Let me say this, and I say it unapologetically. Anytime a politician calls me to talk, the first thing I present before the politician is, what is your agenda for good governance for Nigeria? That's the first thing, because that's why I'm a member of MGG, Movement for Good Governance. And you would have to answer me correctly. The next thing I say is, what is your agenda for the youth and for the women? Because in Nigeria, they have been essentially marginalized. Then I will say, what is your agenda for Ndigbo? Because all politics is local. I have never discussed the issue of money with any politician till date. And let me tell you the reason I do it. When you demarginalize a marginalized sector in a society, it is not just mere social responsibility. It is a strategic necessity for sustainable development and national cohesion. This is what I told the youths and the women when they had a summit. And this is what I will continue to say. You're not doing them a favor. You are trying to make sure that your society develops and there is national cohesion, because injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. So when you're talking about interest of Igbo, zero. So it is just about him, himself, and I. So for this politics, is I, myself, and me. And that is not the culture of Igbo. We will move on. In addition, Igbo do not run away from challenges. They run to challenges, confront it, and take it out. Because we are travelers and we are traders. And this category of people are always confronted with challenges because they operate even in soil and in nations they are not aware of and they were not born of. So we do not run away from challenges. So when he says he runs away from challenges, my advice to him is please keep running. And then run away also from contesting from 2027 because challenges will follow you anywhere you go to.
I have quite a number of issues to raise with some of the things here, but because of time, let me also add what Peter Obi's vice in 2023, Dr. Yusuf Datsi Baba Ahmed, had an interview a couple of days ago, and he strongly criticized Mr. Peter Obi, his defection from the ADC to the NDC. He described his movement as not showing good leadership trait. He expressed skepticism, over the viability of the partnership, Obi Kwakwanso partnership to win, in 2027. That, in fact, he said, Dr. Dassi said, the North would most definitely, not give them any appreciable level of votes in that contest in 2027. Because of time, we've only taken just 3 or 4 questions, Dr. Kenneth. What's your take on this, Dr. Dax? Because this seems to align with what you said.
First of all, it annoys me that is my abbreviation that they are using for their campaign. Okay.
Okay, you coined that abbreviation.
No, that's Okonkwo Kenneth.
Oh, okay.
Then, if you put it the other way, that's Kenneth Okonkwo, K.O.
Yeah.
But the difference is that in their own vocabulary,
Yes.
K.O. is not okay.
Okay.
But in my own vocabulary, K.O. is okay. because Kenneth Okonkwo is Okonkwo Kenneth. But Kwakwanso Obi is not Obi Kwakwanso. But you see,
too intelligent.
it's happening.
Do you know what about speaking the truth and knowing the truth? If I don't serve on the truth finish now, I'll climb up and go sleep. Or if I serve on lies and manipulation, I'll be like VDN. I call them on standby. I call it check whether the lie will cast. Whether the lie will cast. Whether or not don't catch me. Whether the matter don't cast. You can't be restless.
But you see, it's unfortunate that people can do anything so desperate just to be president. It is unfortunate because I remember in 2022, 2023, when Kwakwanso was being pleaded with to become the vice president of Obi, not only that he rejected it, he made a lot of derogatory statements. So, unfortunately, because he has lost canon, lost relevance, lost everything, he's now looking for any straw to hold to prep up his political relevance. Yes. Because a man, after saying all those terrible things, for you to come when you know that Peter Obi will not win without the coalition, because there is an incumbent that has said he will fight it, he will grab it, he will snatch it and run away with it, and he now has all the apparatus of power to achieve that. When he didn't have any of those powers, he overran the system. And now he has all those apparatus of power. And then an Obi that runs away from challenges now want to go and challenge him. So meaning even if he wins, he will take it away from him. And a man who doesn't like challenges, he will say, calm down, and that will be the end of it. So, that Baba Ahmed was simply echoing what I said long time ago. July 2024. Go and read what I wrote when I said I wasn't going to speak for him again. I said I will not speak for a man that I do not know his stand on important national issues. I said I will not speak for a man who is unstable, who even if you fight for him and win victory for him, he was not even strong enough to secure even the victory. So what's the need? Speaking. And I said a lot of other things. The title of that speech I made was My Political Journey to Nigeria's Greatness, or thereabout. Political Journey to a Great Nigeria. Go and read it again. So that's it. Maybe then they didn't even understand me. But can you imagine a politician that left Labour Party? He was not able to win the confidence of his vice presidential candidate. He was not able to win the confidence of his state governor. One governor. There were two factions of Labour Party. He was not able to win the confidence of either of the factions. Nobody followed him. So he brought nothing actually to ADC. By the time he came into ADC, his political career was already in tatters, because he had already lost his polling unit in a gubernatorial election that he single-handedly picked the gubernatorial candidate. They even brought the widow of the assassinate.
So Obi lose a unit for that election for Anambra State. Social media, not be real life. Sure. So all the better people don't live Obi. The content creators they carry follow body.
Member of the House of Assembly from Labour Party, yet she lost. So Obi's political career was already in tatters. He needed ADC then. ADC did not need him, because ADC told him, pop and plain, we don't have a ticket to give because power is not given. We have a ticket that the most qualified would take because power is taken. We are not interested in undemocratic way of bringing our candidate in 2027. If you're not interested in that, you are free to go. So he knew that. So he came into ADC to revive his political career that was already dead. From Anambra State. Recall when he came into ADC, he went to Enugu State to come into ADC. He couldn't even come from Anambra State because it had become toxic for him. And so Obi needed ADC. If he were sincere in winning, because that is not his objective, he knew and he still knows that he needs ADC more than ADC needs him.
Let me ask this.
But because he's not sincere in winning, that's why you see him going to go alone, probably to divide the votes of ADC or the coalition. And I have said it, anybody that goes alone is working for Tinubu.
Yeah, let me ask at this point. You have it, I have it on record, something you said. Yeah. And let me quote you directly. If Peter Obi doesn't get the ADC presidential ticket and leaves the party, it means he is compromised and working for President Tinubu. Now, the reality is that he didn't even wait to contest the primaries before leaving.
Yes.
So, let me ask you frontally. Yes. Is Peter Obi working for President Tinubu?
Yes. Let me answer you frontally. Because you can work for Tinubu directly or indirectly. You recall what Femi Gbajabiamila said?
Yes.
Abejide, we need you in ADC. Don't come out.
Remember them.
Stay there.
Yes.
Fight them. Scatter them. Destroy them.
The biggest driver of economic growth can't just be found on the stock market.
It's found in me. In my lifetime, I will create hundreds.
And he's indirectly working for Tinubu. But he's in ADC. The young man who loves his political life as has already he has already escaped from ADC. After we had our victory in Supreme Court, he knew that all other legal challenges are dead. So he ran away. Now he ran into APC. Now he is working for Tinubu directly. But if he were in ADC to scatter ADC, he was still working for Tinubu, but indirectly. And in either way, Tinubu will be supporting the person, whether the person knows it or not. Some of your financiers will come from Tinubu's desk, whether you know it or not. So what happened now is that the Tinubu people will be so happy. Remember, they have been trying to preach that Peter Obi should, run alone, this and that. So Ayoba speaking, so now they've gotten what they want. Of course, they will support him. So I said and I maintain that as it stands now, NDC with Peter Obi and Kwakwanso, they are working for the emergence of Tinubu. But Nigerian people will see through the facade and will still maintain the coalition, because Peter Obi also subscribed to the coalition and has not given any excuse against the coalition as the reason why he's leaving. So if he did not give any excuse against the coalition, the Nigerian people should stand with the coalition. As I know, even most of Peter Obi's followers who have dint of honor in their life will stand with the coalition, because it is the people of Nigeria against Tinubu and against the kleptocrats. The kleptocrats and the kakistocrats that are with Tinubu by Senator Ndume's own judgment, and vote Tinubu out and vote Obi and the Kwakwanso that are trying to enable the emergence of Tinubu, vote them out. Coalition is the way to go.
Let me ask you, let's interrogate this Obi persona.
Yeah.
This, would you call this entire ruckus about Peter Obi, this noise, this, I'm looking for a better choice of word. Is it a messianic complex? Because the obedience, you were one of them. I wouldn't be surprised if you were the one that even coined that very strong brand. They're one of the strongest, more than the articulators or the I don't know whether it's Akpabio I will call, or the Baptists. They are so fiercely devoted, fiercely loyal, devoted to Peter Obi. Victor Ume is Peter Obi. Senator Barry is Peter. Now, all the yesterday House of Reps members, senators, they left ADC to join NDC, was time to follow Peter Obi.
Okay, now.
Part with Tommy and the rest of them who says Peter Obi or nothing. Can you speak to this maybe 1 or 2 minutes? Okay.
All right, let me come in here. I was laughing because, first and foremost, go and check all those bloggers. There's something they always say at the end of it. Please, if you have not subscribed to my channel, subscribe. Please, if you have not liked, like, share, and comment. They are looking for traffic.
Well, they're the same thing. It's normal.
Good. They are looking for money. What is it is the news that will catch fire, that will draw people to their blog? That is all. They don't even know what is going on at all. What message are they passing? Insults. Blackmail. That's why I say they are ill-mannered, ill-bred, ill-bred. That's why I call them a cookies. That's why I call them street urchins. And above all, when you bring a vessel that is empty, beat it. That is the one that makes the most noise. And that is why your characterization, noise, is what fits them most. What is the message they are passing? So, they can even go naked when they are shouting, there was one they showed me. I said, I was waiting to hear the message, and all I was saying, so that even if you're sleeping, when you hear it, you will run to go to the traffic. And at the end of the day, I still heard, have you subscribed? If you have not subscribed, go and subscribe. It's unfortunate that he has reduced his campaign to noisemakers, empty vessels, street urchins, and a coup case. You know, at a certain point, I wondered, what is it about you that attracts only the people that pour toxin into a system, making chaos to follow you anywhere you go to? Let me tell you the truth. One of the best blessings of ADC is that Peter Obi is out. Because the impression now you will create that there is a division, there is a friction, it will not be there again. He joined the coalition. He left the coalition. I was in one media house and they were asking me, I said, yes, I am part of the coalition, negotiating for the coalition. You will see the coalition, all of them will come together and agree they will coalesce. But on the day we'll start talking about who gets who and position, that conflict you're saying and wishing for, you will see it. You will see the differences will manifest. So it's normal. There's nothing at all that is abnormal about this. Nothing. Except that God has saved ADC from the chaos that naturally follow Peter Obi. So it is really a plus and a blessing in this guy. So watch ADC. We are going to win the election 2027. All these people that are deceiving Nigerians about zoning, let me just touch about it so that you will see the deception. Our democracy came in 1999.
Fourth Republic.
Fourth Republic. Obasanjo came in a southerner. He did his 8 years. Yaradua came in. He did only 2.5 years and died. The North was begging, please let us complete our 8 years. They told them no. It is not constitutional. The constitution is that if a man dies in office, the vice president takes over. The North say, okay, we can understand that. Then Goodluck Jonathan took over. 2.5 years. Then by 2011, Jonathan was to step down, not to contest, so that a Northerner will come in and finish the 8 years. The North still came in, believing that the 8 years will be honored. The North came together as the North, made their own internal democracy. 4 of them contested. Gusso, General Gusso, IBB.
Zero helps me take my business anywhere I want.
Out of office, into music. This May, football arrives in...
IBB, Saraki, and Atiku. The North unanimously opened it under PDP, then I was ruling party, believing that the 8-year rotation will be honored. Atiku won in the internal democracy. Atiku now came and they went to Jonathan to plead. There is an agreement of 8 years. They said no. From the South. I remember I wrote an article. I said, why Jonathan should not run? Let us respect this 8-year rotational agenda. I wrote it, it was published. 1 in the Lawmaker, 2 in the Sun. Why Jonathan should not run? They said no. That when such a thing happens, then it will still not be injustice if the North and the South share the 8 years into 4 years. That the tenure of a president is 4 years. That is what brought the issue of sharing in 4 years, when it is impossible to share 8 years. Because facts are sacred. That was how Jonathan refused and went into primary in Eagle Square with this same article that they are blaming unjustly, that he is the one who does not want to do this and that. And Atiku went into the primary and Jonathan defeated him. And Atiku still obediently, despite the North having the tears that they had a president that died in office, Atiku still went ahead to campaign for Jonathan, and Jonathan won. When Jonathan did 4 years, I still came into it. I said, let us not correct this mistake with another mistake. Let us allow the South to finish their 8 years, so that we will be sure that this 8 years, the North said no. That the South has already now said it is for 4 years, that they should take this for 4 years. That Obasanjo did his 8 years, that their own 8 years they have not done. And you know who they found as an ally in this? Tinubu. Because Tinubu wanted to be president. So he had no commitment whatsoever to certain agenda. It was commitment to his own power. And he aligned with the North on that. That was justice. But that was still terminating the 8-year agreement. That was when they defeated Jonathan. That was when the 8-year agenda died. Whenever anything happens along the line. Now, Buhari came in and now did 8 years to compensate for the Obasanjo 8 years. And Tinubu now came in when it was not the turn of the Southwest, when it was the turn of the Southeast. And now he broke in and snatched it like he said he will from the Southeast. Snatched it, grabbed it, and ran away with it. And now he has taken it for 4 years. And I am from the Southeast. And I don't want to do only 4 years. And I know that if that 8 years is divided between North and South, in 4 years, there is no injustice. Because the North still has a deficit that has not been repaid in Yaradua. Because even the 4 years of Yaradua, they had not completed. So assuming, without considering, that the North even gets it in 2027, with an agreement that they will do only 4 years, with this kind of terrible government we are in, where they will not be shortchanging the South, because by 2027, even if the Northerner wins it and is doing 4 years, the North would have had it for 14 years, and the South will still have had it for almost 18 years. So with that at my mind, that strategy will not bring injustice between North and South, because it's sharing the 4 years, and it will favor the Southeast, because Southeast has not produced even the president or vice. Because if we're able to become president or vice in 2027 and become president in 2031, that is the best strategy. Tinubu did it, and Tinubu has become president. If I have the opportunity, that's the strategy I will do. Where did you learn it from? I learned it from Tinubu. And then we will achieve it. And the Southeast will benefit from it. So there is no injustice whatsoever. And that's why ADC is saying we are leaving our ticket open for every Nigerian to contest. And there will be level playing field. And they gave Obi all the responsibility to achieve that, Mr. Integrity. And then Mr. Integrity ran away.
The Supreme Court saved ADC, gave ADC a new lease on life, as it were. But some have rather opined that it's a booby trap. And even Mr. Peter Obi alluded to that there are so many legal land mines, laid ahead for anybody who emerges as either governorship or presidential candidate of the ADC and all of that. So, in a minute or two, Dr. Kenneth, I know it's difficult, but please help us. Can you give us a concise, you're a sound lawyer, your own understanding of the Supreme Court verdict, and if it is true there are legal landmines, ahead for ADC?
First and foremost, there is no legal challenge facing ADC whatsoever now. And I talk as a lawyer, and I talk as an eyewitness that witnessed the Supreme Court judgment. I sat there, and you know what? For a long time now, I am so pleased with the Supreme Court. When I was hearing them give judgment, at a certain point in my heart, I screamed, Justice Chukwudefo, are you talking to me? Are you there, sure? Am I hearing your voice? I saw the erudition,
The soundness,
the ancient wisdom of those jurists that sat on our bench. They descended on that day, possessed these 5 judges, and they were giving impeccable judgment, sound reasoning. Both the one that dissented on the PDP case, both the one that assented. It was beautiful. You know what they did? They simply said ADC does not have any problem whatsoever. Indeed, they blamed ADC. Why are you in court when you don't have problem? That is when they say that they've dismissed David Mark's case. The issue they dismissed is that Supreme Court is asking ADC, why did you come on appeal when you don't have problem? And when even the judgment of the trial court was in your favor, you don't have anything to appeal about. Go back to the trial court. When an appellate court say you don't have anything to appeal about, what does that mean? There is no case you should be afraid of. That's what it means. And they said, even the trial courts refused to grant the ex parte order. That is, we were not there. We did not put any process, yet the trial court refused to grant the ex parte order. You know why? In my own opinion, the judge saw it and saw that there is nothing to grant. He said, okay, please, let me hear the other part. It was not necessary that we went on appeal. The Court of Appeal that put in that preservatory orders. If you watched my interview, I said the Court of Appeal does not have any power to make any order. In any case, they have declined jurisdiction. And having even made that preservatory orders, a professor of law, who is a son, who is Josh Amopito, the INEC chairman, who ought to be independent and neutral, has no business interpreting preservatory orders. Because they are not orders. They are simply a mere restatement of procedural legal principle. Any lawyer that goes to court knows that you must maintain status quo. You cannot do anything to affect the rest and foist on a court a fait accompli. So I said that order is non-existent. And I said Josh Amopita interpreted a non-existent order, which he just intentionally did it to decapitate the ADC. Now, preservatory orders are meant to be a shield, not a sword. They are meant to preserve the subject matter of the case by Court of Appeal's own enumeration of the brief facts of the case. They say this is a dispute that arose from the leadership of a political party. This is Court of Appeal saying it. And they say preserve the rest. What you ought to be preserving is the rest, which is the leadership of the party, till the trial court gives judgment. So I don't know where Josh Amopita got his, I think from the table of APC. Because for me, it's the victory assured for APC INEC chairman. So, because how can a professor, a court that has declined jurisdiction? So that was exactly what the Supreme Court said. They agreed with that, my earlier analysis, that the Court of Appeal overreached itself by giving any order whatsoever. One, it was not the court of first instance where the case is. So, and again, you, the Court of Appeal, you say there is no case before you. So what are you preserving? To tell you that there is no legal challenge, if the Court of Appeal has identified the matter as the internal affairs of a political party, as having to deal with the leadership of a political party, which the Supreme Court has said is the internal affairs of a political party, and the law now, Section 83, subsection 5, say no court has jurisdiction to entertain any matter that affects the internal affairs of the political party. So what case do we have? Kachuku's case was thrown away by a trial court. The chairman that went in, what they are contesting is about the congresses, not our leadership. None of them is, yes, none of them is national leader. So what are we talking about? What we're talking about is that we do not have any case whatsoever, talking from the eyes of the law. Why do you think that Honorable Abejide left? Because he knows that ADC does not have any legal challenge anymore. Their efforts.
But it's not for that case.
Yes.
For that the case.
Yeah.
The Supreme Court even said, go back to the trial.
That's what I'm saying. Yes. When the Supreme Court is telling you, you don't have any case, that the case of the trial court is even favorable to you, what are you appealing? So, Nafi Bala's case, I'm talking as a lawyer now. Yes. If it has not died, why did Abejide abandon him to go? So he's dead already. We don't have any legal challenge.
We'll look for Honorable Abejide to have.
You think he doesn't have it? When you see that guy, you see that his cap that looks like hammer. He knows when the hammer has descended on an issue.
Let's
So he knows that the Supreme Court has used that hammer in his head to bury every legal challenge. And again, the lower courts always look at the Supreme Court to know the direction. What the Supreme Court did shows that the policy of the judiciary is that there will not be any one-party state. and that there must be contest, fake contest in a judiciary. So anything that will make the court to preserve democracy, the statute, the canon of interpretation say that courts must interpret cases in a manner that will foster democratic principles, not in a manner that will terminate it. So the lower courts now understand that the policy of the Supreme Court is that political parties should not be destroyed, but should be given life so that there will be competitive democracy. Because any election without competition is not democracy. So they would align with that judgment.
We hope so.
By the grace of God.
We hope so. Former governor of Ekiti State, Ayo Fayose, consistently has been repeating ad nauseum, if I might add, that Peter Obi is the only political juggernaut in Nigeria. And sometimes when he says that, I wonder if he's not actually indicting his bosom friend, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because he says Peter Obi is the only life in ADC, that once Peter Obi leaves ADC, that if you take Peter Obi out of ADC, there's no ADC, there's no opposition, there's nothing. And true to type, Peter Obi actually left ADC, you know. And then, as if to be on cue, yesterday when some lawmakers defected from the ADC to the NDC, the Senate president, someone, number 3 citizen of Nigeria, made a very, for a better...
What do you expect from a defected senator that was expelled from his political party? Senator Godswill Akpabio was expelled by PDP for anti-party issues, and he defected to APC as a senator. So what do you expect? Now, let me tell you, the only institution that is in Nigeria today is the National Assembly under the chairmanship.
Time. Nothing hidden.
Is the National Assembly under the chairmanship of Senator Godswill Akpabio, because that is the institution that ought to provide the check and balance we need in a democracy, and that is the institution that has died when it comes to checking the excesses of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I give you an example. Bola Ahmed Tinubu has borrowed all the quota that in any budget is placed. 2025-2026 capital budget, none was financed by the National Assembly. They set up an oversight. What has come out of it? So Nigeria is borrowing money, subsidy is not being paid, infrastructure is not being financed. So this money has simply been squandered, and there is a Senate president that his National Assembly is, and he's saying ADC. Excuse me, ADC came into existence July 2nd. July 2nd, it was unveiled. We were recognized on the INEC portal by September. We still have 8 senators. We still have more than 10 members of the House of Rep. We've not gone into any election. And Senator Akpabio, with his National Assembly, can a dead person talk? National Assembly under him is... Do you see dead men talk? That's why, according to you, you say tactless. Because when it is the spirit of somebody talking, you'll be hearing that as if he's speaking in tongues. Very tactless, empty. He is the mouthpiece of Tinubu, spokesperson of Tinubu. So he has nothing to account for as a Senate president. So please, let's not bring the issue of a Senate president that is in charge of a National Assembly. They don't have what it takes to determine any political party that is dead. Because right in front of him, he has 8 senators from ADC. And he has many in double digits, members of the House of Rep. So how can such a person die? And these are people that came into us because they believe in us. Not even by election, but by the death of the party that Senator Akpabio abandoned when it was perishing. They were the people that killed PDP because they left PDP to look for greener pastures.
My next question, let's move away from the Senate President's comments, is that the President himself, while they were commissioning the spanking new NRS, Nigerian Revenue Service building, said, he made a lot of comments, but one of those that stood out was that anybody who cannot see his administration's awesome achievements, amazing achievements, needs a pair of eyeglasses. You're one of his staunchest critics. So you are included amongst those who needs a pair of eyeglasses. Where are your eyeglasses? Is the president correct that anybody who cannot see his achievements needs a pair of eyeglasses?
Anybody who wears glasses has sight problems. The president wears glasses because he can't see well. So you don't blame him for not seeing the incompetence and corruption in his government. I don't wear glasses because I can see eloquently well. So we are the ones who do not wear glasses who should tell him that he has failed as a president. You can imagine the World Bank report says that 40%, that's almost 50%, almost half of all the revenue that come to Nigeria do not make it to appropriation. That means almost 50% of all our revenue is diverted through corrupt means to private hands. And the president is saying awesome achievement. What is the awesome achievement in it? That in the ID camp, I am seeing the images that I saw only in Civil War. Kwashoko killing the children. I don't want to talk about this region, honestly.
As we speak here, Nigerians are facing terrible xenophobic attacks in South Africa, and I was watching to see the response of the federal government, Minister of Foreign Affairs, the president or vice president. I didn't see any official response because I've tried to imagine a situation where Americans anywhere in the world have been attacked and Donald Trump will not speak, or the vice president will not speak on it on a daily basis. So.
A casino app is actually pretty good.
Invented, you can sell the things that take up space in all kinds of categories with no selling.
In the world have been attacked and Donald Trump will not speak, or the vice president will not speak on it on a daily basis. So, no response. As we speak here, Dr. Kenneth, our president is in France. Not on a state visit, although I don't know. And from there we'll go to Rwanda or Kenya and all of that. And then suddenly, after 3 weeks of these xenophobic attacks, killings of Nigerians, the Senate met yesterday and deliberated over this issue. And I thought they were going to, advise or summon the foreign affairs minister and, give him very strong directives on what to do. Rather, they came up with a resolution to go to visit South Africa. And it will be the delegation will be led by the Senate President himself.
Hey, what a tragedy.
How would you respond to this? Is that the right approach?
First of all, what life do you think will come out from a Senate President? When I said that Senate President, I'm referring to the office.
Yes.
We don't have any Senate, the post of the Senate President in Nigeria now. They just want to have another opportunity to take extra codes to go and enjoy themselves.
You think so?
Did Donald Trump come to Nigeria before what he said starts being implemented in Nigeria? The respect a country has for you would depend on the respect you have for your people. The achievement, the prosperity you're bringing to your people. Nigeria has lost respect in front of the whole world. South Africa is even a big country. Nigeria Republic, when Tinubu came in, he sent eminent Nigerians on the plane to go to Nigeria Republic to speak to the junta. The junta sent them back. He did not even allow them to land. Nigeria Republic, and I'm talking about South Africa. They are telling Nigerians to go. What business would have Nigeria had, even being in South Africa, if what God has given to us, in terms of blessing, material, human resources, solid minerals everywhere, if we have harnessed our resources, what business do we have living in South Africa. We were feeding South Africans. I went to the university with some of South Africans in the University of Nigeria, Enugu campus. Nigeria was paying for their school fees. We were a frontline state that fought for the liberation of South Africa, even when they are in Southern Africa. And now, because of leaders like Tinubu that have, made Nigeria to come to zero level, now Nigeria is being insulted by everybody, including South Africa. You said you went to France and you said not a state visit. So don't you know? Are you looking for my word in my mouth? When he said his hand, was he healthy? No, I wish him well. I want him to be treated. Look, life does not have duplicate. Anybody who is not well should seek treatment anywhere you can afford from any part of the world. My own is why try to camouflage it. You're not well. Anybody can be sick. Because when you try to camouflage it, you make things worse. It will be as if when Nigeria needs you most, you are deserting them and going away. And if you are told them, like Buhari, who is the most sincere person, Buhari had health challenges. He goes off from time to time, and he will tell people, I'm going for health challenge. He will transmit power to Oshiomhole. What is there? I mean, there's no need covering up anything. Everybody knows you are not well. There is nothing wrong in being unwell. You're a human being, you're not God. What is unwell about it is trying to cover it up and being dishonest. We've had presidents that were not well. Yaradua was there. Buhari was there. When they want to go out, they will say, let me go for medical treatment. And you will go and come back. And Nigerians will even be praying for you. Working visit. Working vacation. Vacation visit. Confusing people everywhere. This is a party of confusion.
What do you have to say on this? What do you say to South Africa compared to our brothers in South Africa? The government of South Africa. Because the
government of South Africa should stop that nonsense. They want to visit their incompetence in managing the affairs of the country. They want to shift the blame as if it is foreigners. Foreigners that, let me tell you, when apartheid ended, they were pleading for Nigerian men because they lost a lot of men. And they will say, if you marry any of our daughters, we'll give citizenship outrightly. They were lobbying Nigerians to come to South Africa. That I know, because I went to South Africa. They were treating us so well. Because they said, because of the apartheid, they've discovered that their men have developed inferiority complex to the whites. But Nigerians have this confidence. They don't have this complex. So when they come into South Africa, our brothers, as in the black brothers in South Africa, will be learning from them and seeing how free people reason.
Only Sky brings all this together for £24 a month.
Free people reason. They were encouraging Nigerians to come. Unfortunately, as you can see, when they cannot manage their economy, poverty brings in a whole lot of distress. They now want to give their people excuse and they want to shift the blame to foreigners. They should stop that nonsense.
Senator Oshiomhole says,
and protect Nigerians.
Final question. You said the ADC is not working. That what the Senate President Ayo said is not correct.
But Ayo has been the spokesperson of Peter Obi. The only thing he is trying to achieve, on the day Peter Obi said he's going to NRC, they celebrated in APC. They know Peter Obi will not win. They know that even if he wins, they will take it away from him. So they are more comfortable with a Peter Obi contesting than another person, especially from the north. Because they know that if another wins, they are out of the place. So what they are doing, and I'm happy, Peter Obi now is going to contest. So Ayo, can you please, if you are an honest man, resign from APC and go and become the spokesperson of Peter Obi? If you don't do that, then you are a hypocrite. Because according to you, Toby is the only body that can win. Oh, Peter Obi is there, and you say he's your friend. Why not do one honorable thing? Resign and join Peter Obi and be his spokesperson, and I will know that you are very honest in what you're saying. Without that, you're simply being a hypocrite.
What's the outlook on the future of ADC in terms of the primaries and then standing for election? What chances does the ADC have? Give us a likely presidential ticket permutation for ADC.
I'm a member of NWC. From day one, we said we are going to provide level playing field. I don't know who's going to be the presidential candidate, and it is the job of the presidential candidate to choose his vice. And whoever ADC chooses, who emerges from free, fair primary election or from consensus, if the aspirants will so agree, we in ADC will support. The departure of Peter Obi will not make us to change our stand on that, because we are building a party for the future and for the nation. If we get our acts correct in ADC, we will get Nigeria correct. Any party that does not know how to respect internal democracy will not know how to respect external democracy or inter-party democracy. So now that Peter Obi is gone, peace, love, unity will come back to ADC, and we will sit down as brothers, and we'll look our eyes and look ourselves in the eye, tell ourselves the truth, and completely chart our course. Go and engage Tinubu in election, win him outrightly. As a matter of fact, Peter Obi is not part of the 2027 election. Forget it. His political career is eclipsed. In 1 month or 2 months, you will see what I'm saying.
He will not contest.
No, even if he's there, he will be on the periphery, because his political career is gone.
I think you're exaggerating the relevance and influence of your party ADC. You know why? Since Peter Obi left, I've not verified, but I hear that more than 10 million people registered for the ADC have left. They followed Peter Obi to the ADC. You're laughing.
You know what I'm laughing?
So,
yes.
That, in fact, the way they left made your system, your server, whatever, to crash.
Okay, now, you know what I'm laughing?
Yes.
Any political party that is built on lies,
Yes.
you can already see that what they are talking is propaganda, not truth. The only party now that lies more than APC is NDC. Because you've not started and you are lying. People register with NIN.
Yes.
So it is very verifiable.
Yes.
And somebody opened his mouth and said within 24 hours, they have 10 million voters.
Yes.
From where? Peter Obi did not, in all his waves, they ascribed the 6.1 million votes to him.
Yes.
And NDC within 24 hours said they have 10 million registered members. How? Please, can you give us the empirical facts? Because you register now with NIM. You don't need long science. Just press it and show Nigerians. Have you even seen their server? It is not on. So where were they registering? Because if their server is on, automatically it will be tabulating the people that are voting. So this is a party that has not started and has started building its foundation on lies and dishonesty, reflecting the character of their leaders.
An event seen from one point of view gives one impression.
The character of their leaders. So anything their leaders and the party says, after having made this foundation of lie and dishonesty, should be discountenanced by Nigerians. That I can tell you. You know, when ADC started, we were showing Nigerians the registered vote. Trust me now, Aisha will not lie. So we were showing Nigerians how many voters that we registered. Honesty is the best policy.
Okay, as we wrap up finally, Dr. Okonkwo, you alluded to it earlier. How do you even see the chemistry, the rapport between an Obi and the Kwankwanso? Because when they joined, I saw them Kwankwanso snatching the card from Peter Obi. When they gave him the cap, he snatched the card. The cap. You know, I know he had made these comments at Chatham House where he said Peter Obi is a trader. He has a PhD in civil engineering. Is this, is that? How do you see them working together? In 1 minute, how do you see them working together?
I'll say it in one sentence. KO is not okay. Strange birds. Kwakwanso has derogatory impression of people of Southeast and is in that coalition to show up his dead political relevance in Kano. He wouldn't ever have come close to Obi with a long spoon. So, but when a drowning man is drowning, he can even hold on to the grandmother trying to survive. So, KO is not okay.
Dr. Kennedy,
For me.
nice place to anchor. Always a pleasure having you. And I'm sure we'll see you very soon. Thank you once again.
Pleasure. Thank you very much.
Woo. Over 2 hours.
I wasn't going to speak for him.
So let's still listen to Keneto Koko on Arise TV. It will finish Obi today. Obi Wundo.
Him again. I said I will not speak for a man that I don't understand his position on important national issues. I say I will not speak for a man who, even if he wins and Nigerians give him his vote, he does not have what it takes. He does not have the capacity to even secure his own victory. So the issue of saying whether the coalition will be affected, the coalition will not be affected in any way. Peter Obi, within 6 months, changed parties 3 times. You could recall, since he defected to NDC, I've not taken it as anything serious or anything relevant to bother myself. Because by December 30th, he was a member of Labour Party. By December 31st, he was a member of ADC. By May 3rd, he is a member of NDC. I am sure, if not for the restriction in the Electoral Act, before the close of the registration or the membership time, I'm sure he will be a member of another party. That is his nature. But let me say it, changing parties is not what questions your capacity, your competence, or your character. It is the reason that you adduced for changing the party. Peter Obi said, I don't have a problem with David Mark, meaning he didn't have a problem with the ADC. He said, I don't have a problem with Atiku Abubakar, meaning he does not have any problem with the aspirants. Then what is the reason he gave? He said, I don't like challenges. I don't like trouble. ADC is going through challenges, legal and otherwise, and I like to run away to where there is peace. to where there is no trouble. And I now ask, how can this same man ask Nigerians to entrust Nigeria in his care when Nigeria is the most challenged country in the world today? Nigeria is both physically and mentally challenged in all capacity. Nigeria is the fourth most terrorized nation on earth. Nigeria has borrowed itself to bankruptcy. Nigeria, as I'm talking to you, the bandits tie people on the tree and put fire under them to burn them in Kwara, in Kogi, in Niger. So how can a man who says he's running away from challenges be able to face the challenges we are facing in Nigeria today? I am sorry. The Peter Obi's temperament and his capacity is incompatible with the requirement of Nigeria of today. So the ADC cannot possibly be missing anything. Recall that before he came to ADC in December 31st, his political career was already dead. He was losing his polling unit in his own state by the gubernatorial candidate that he chose by himself. Recall that even when one member of the House of Assembly of Labour Party died, they fielded his widow to know whether they can get the sympathy of the people. But because of the rejection of Anambra people to Peter Obi's leadership star, they still voted against the innocent widow. So recall that before he entered ADC, his political career was already dead. So dead that he could not even enter ADC from his own state, Anambra State. He entered ADC from Enugu State, my own state, where he believed that the toxin will not overwhelm him. So ADC actually gave him a lifeline. Peter Obi needed ADC. ADC did not need him because we were already moving on without him. So when he came into ADC with his normal toxic followers, with their own penchants of not wanting democracy at the primary level or at the secondary level, obviously, I knew he was going to go. Let me reveal one secret to you. The first day I was consulted in this coalition, and that was before the unveiling, they asked me, so how is the possibility of ADC performing in the Southeast? I told them plainly and straight away, don't build anything on Peter Obi because he's not going to contest under ADC because he will eventually leave. Why was I so sure? Because he's a man that has morbid fear for primary election. He has never been in one, and he will not be in one until he finishes his political career. He became a governor. He entered into primary election. He failed and lost to Ralph Mosu in Apga. And then he still managed to find the leaders to cancel that primary, and they still gave him the ticket. That was how he became governor. And so when he gave the reason of challenges, of course, he lied because his main reason is that he does not want to face the primary election. And let me tell you another thing, because ADC was fully prepared to convince the whole world that Peter Obi is not interested in democracy. When he came into ADC, he gave a condition that he should be allowed to produce the National Organization Secretary, National Organizing Secretary, NOS. And the reason he gave is that so that he will be the one to conduct the primary. And ADC said, fine, take. When we were doing the e-registration, Peter Obi again and his followers asked to be in charge of the e-registration. And that was why they put my sister, Aisha Yusuf, to be in charge and Obi aid, so that all the members of ADC in the primary will be determined by Peter Obi. And then Peter Obi was to organize the primary. That was why you did not hear him say, this primary is dollarized, is monetized. That's the reason I'm going. Because he was to be the one to organize the primary. Yet, he was still afraid of free and fair election. Not, of course, of zoning. Because he went to even southern aspirants in order for them to step down for him. So he's a man who is afraid of free and fair primary election. So he left. Of course, I knew he was going to leave. And then ADC is moving on.
Oh, well, as I said, when we for one night stop.
Let's kick off with fireworks. Fashion's big for years.
we have alternatives. But others are doing. I don't know why. I think you would think it could be. I think we just. I don't know why you would think it could be anything but firm commitment. I think we just have to be very objective when it comes to issues like this. No time for sentiment. You know. Loss of lives of people in Ekpoma, Edo State.
I bet more listen to this comedian that says.
And trying to create awareness. I just got this message from somebody that is close, that works with the governor of Edo State. It was a WhatsApp message. It's on the screen, and there it goes. It says that my recent attack on the governor and his administration have been noted. The consistent use of unverified and one-sided claims presented as fact is misleading and unacceptable. If you have any political alignment, state it clearly. Do not disguise bias as advocacy. Take this as a direct warning. Any further spread of inaccurate or unsubstantiated information will be promptly challenged and corrected. It says, conduct yourself responsibly, stick to facts, and engage with balance going forward. It says I should stick to facts and engage with balance going forward. Then I replied, with all due respect, kindly identify the inaccurate and unsubstantiated information I shared. This person works directly with the governor of Edo State. So I believe our cry, they see it, they feel it, and this is the response I get. I just want to believe that the Edo State governor is now aware of this direct message to me. I got some calls too. The calls on my phone. The person was talking, say, you know, you are a comedian. Are you now an activist? And that so now this place I am living, the state I am in is not safe. And I have a voice. I shouldn't lend my voice because I'm a comedian, so I should face my comedy. First of all, you are a public officer, Mr. Governor of Edo State. It's a public office, so you have to be accountable. When you are not accountable, people you are governing have the right to question when something is not right. I have never worked for any political party except in the time of presidential election where we were campaigning for Peter Obi for the Labour Party. It was that I was very straightforward to the point that I campaigned for Peter Obi, and when it came to the state elections, I did not campaign for anybody. I received calls from different political parties to function for them, to use my platform to create awareness for them, and I turned every single one down. I have never collected a dime from any politician in Edo State for any political cause. So if I'm saying something, I'm saying it with my full chest without being biased. During the last administration, the only time I complained was when the road leading on Airport Road was bad. And I made several videos calling on the then governor to fix that road because he promised to do that. And I speak to you, before he left office, he began construction of that road. Till now, work is still ongoing there. This governor has been in office for like maybe 2 years now, I don't know. I have never made any video to say this road is bad, this one is this one is that. Never have I done any of such. We've seen videos of the governor online that people are saying lots of stuff about him. I have never used anyone to make any video. So the fact now that I'm saying something that is truthful, reality, and you tell me that I am biased, I am one-sided. If I have any political alignment, I should state it clearly that I should not disguise bias as advocacy is an insult to my personality. If you have given me money to do any political stuff in this Nigeria, you can please come out and speak. I am ashamed of everything happening. If the governors are aware of this to me, I'm ashamed. And I speak to you up till now, the governor has not said anything. One of the young men that is in 400 level, he has just been buried. I think Juwayne will be buried in some few days now. Case is full, my DM. People have been kidnapped for like more than a month now. They're asking for 40 million, asking for lots of money. And you say that I should conduct myself responsibly. So speaking up now is not its irresponsibility. Stick to fact and engage with balance going forward. Now, what is the balance? I say something. If what I've been saying is wrong, it is for you to now call me and say, no, Edo is safe. See what is happening. The same way I repeat, the same way Idris Abdulkarim was called back when he said something, and he was shown what was, and he confessed that, okay, Edo is good, your governor is working. Now, I've said something. If it's a lie, carry me, call me, take me round. Say, no, people are not dying here. It's a lie. And AU are still fixing exam. They are still fixing exam and tests. I'm seeing what the vice chancellor is saying, debunking. So what we are saying is a lie. So please, if you're an Ekpoma, you need to start speaking up. It can't be are they forged news? No, speak up, cry out. Social media is a tool, is a tool that has really helped us in our generation. Carry your phone, record incidences, cry out. Ekpoma don't empty. I'll play a video now of a lady that was complaining how she went to class and how she's going back home. So I will attach that lady's video, and you should go and DM her that what she's saying, that the town is not safe, that she's acting that she's being biased. I'm disappointed.
Hey guys, this is just a normal day in my life going to school, but honestly, things haven't been feeling normal lately. There's been a lot going on around here these past few days, and it's really unsettling. There have been so many kidnappings and tragic losses. The school hasn't really addressed it, and yet we're still being asked to come and write tests like nothing is happening. It's scary, and at the same time, it's crazy. At this point, they need to do something about it because this place is no longer safe for students anymore. Today is Monday, and everywhere looks so empty. There were no more students in school today, which is very, very, very unusual. So I was in class already to write my test, and the lecturer was pointing out how few of us were there, and they told him it's about the kidnapping and everything going on. And the only thing he could say was, the kidnappers are not close to us. What a very odd thing to say. By the way, I was done with the test, whatever, and I have 4 more to go, but I'm not sure I'm writing it. Bye, guys.
Okay. This now let me just touch this before I go because I don't already tired. Like I will need to adjust my live stream. I need to adjust on. I feel it take am during the day. Cause once it don't cross 1 o'clock like this, I don't tire. I know I take Oshiomhole matter anyhow. We don't do almost 3 hours. That Kenneth Okonkwo video really take too long for us to analyze. So I don't want your touch Oshiomhole and the Zeyamu anyhow. I want to do that analyze am. Now, I want to say to my brother, that sense. I know they pleased with you with the way you take reply, the person will send you message. I know happy the way you take reply the person. The person will say that message a coward. And the person feel say you be coward. Now why you saying that message? For me, I go say, I also message make I want threaten her because he knows say I did government. And you can't fall for the person. You can't explain. What you explain for this video? You do not tell me what you explain. You called me, and you are not wrong in what you're saying. Ekpoma is now a ghost town. You see this last one they do. Now make sure say I don't talk what. Our people these days are becoming too useless and lazy. They don't want to help themselves. Instead of that, should be that you talking and say they should social media is a tool. They should raise a land. They should do video. They should post. They should do this one. Now what I don't do since last year for that Ekpoma matter. Okpevolo, Danobi, and the new VC, they have destroyed that institution. And I want to Obaseki talk. He said if after he come out, if Ekpoma survive another 10 years, it will be a miracle. Ekpoma not survive 2 years. Prophet Obaseki. They say, Obaseki was not releasing money to big money. Obaseki was not releasing. They can increase that to 500 million. I did a video to say that 500 million, the ones that they service wicked structure, that there not be structure, wicked structure for Edo. Now that they remove 500 million, student of go school. They say Obaseki not they give the school money where Obaseki nothing like this happened. When Obaseki was there, Ekpoma indigenous, they organized protests, they harassed the man, they harassed Obaseki government, they protest. Hey, that was school so all I don't hide this house like chicken. I can't smoke them out tomorrow. I'm going to do afternoon broadcast tomorrow by 12 o'clock. I'm going to move this matter, go 12 o'clock. I make sure say America and other people don't wake up. 12 o'clock. America, I'm going to go sleep. When I wake up 12 or 12:30 to smoke them out. And I'll try to get the phone about the VC and the lecturers who they organize the test. I'm gonna discipline them tomorrow. The idiot, they said the idiot will send this message to Dasen and Piccolo. Piccolo, we are gonna discipline you. We don't leave you. Now you they get the put there to the threatening person. Guys, tomorrow we'll go relax. Tomorrow we'll be outside. My Facebook phone went off. Even the YouTube side went off. Guys, we'll go relax. I know we are cool past on time my body this evening. But if you cool. I know on heater. I let UK you the song they cold today. I don't can contribute this song. So guys, I'll address this Dasent matter tomorrow. The guy went there, they very close to Dasent. I when I said they do like this. I wish you not they close to Dasent. Therefore, most of all these comedians, they what they do like say not concern them. The evil ray will touch everybody. Good night. Tomorrow we'll trash Oshiomhole and say Yahoo matter. Update.